Hello, my courageous, captivating Capricorns. Welcome, welcome. I am Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of February. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you for all your likes, Capricorn. You are number 6 in this segment, moving up by quite a bit in front of some other signs. So thank you so much for your support last segment. I do want to let you know that starting next month, whichever sign gets the most likes on their video, I'm going to be doing a twin flame bonus reading. Of course, the guided healing does help with twin flame union because you can't be in union with your twin without doing your healing work. But I did want to let you know that a bonus reading is coming. So Capricorn, this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had Binna, the left eye, which is the angel of knowledge. Okay, so the left eye is the feminine eye. So it looks like the feminine is finally being able to see something. When this came out, it felt like there was some sort of information or knowledge that had been given to you in the past, and finally it has been able to move through you. Like, you know when you learn something but it just doesn't click? You know, like you could write down word for word, right? Like you've memorized the information, you know what has been told to you, but it just doesn't apply because it hasn't, you know, happened to you firsthand. It feels like finally this knowledge, this information that has been given to you is finally running through you, which is beautiful. Finally, the utilization of knowledge that you have been given. We had the Queen of Pentacles come out in reverse. So, you know, Capricorn, this is like your card, right? The Queen of Pentacles, definitely some earth energy. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is the highest form of divine feminine energy when it comes to pentacles, right? So money, housing, anything tangible you can put your hands on, a physical relationship. As you see, you know, the Queen is, of course, with the King of Pentacles. But it's coming out in reverse, which is telling me that the divine feminine energy is not getting the grounding or the physicality that is necessary, right? And it could have been that the divine feminine is, you know, finally now allowing the knowledge to run through and, you know, apply, because before, right, it didn't have the physical experience in order to truly comprehend. We did have death coming out behind it. So this is telling me that there is some sort of transition going on. There is some sort of ending, which is, you know, helping like a rebirth happen, right? Death is scorpionic energy. And as you can see in this card, it's when, you know, they're moving, right? So it's the death of one era and the beginning of something else. It's not like, you know, they're going to go live somewhere else. It's just a transitionary period. And with the Queen of Pentacles and Death card together, it really did feel like, you know, finally understanding that a physical ending is not necessarily the end of things. Like truly understanding what it's like to go through a spiritual rebirth without having to physically, you know, end. Okay. And definitely a very transformative time is what I'm feeling like for you guys. I will say that I am recording this on the last day that Venus is in Capricorn, and it shifts to Aquarius tomorrow. So today is the 31st of January. But yeah, it really did feel like there's some like spiritual rebirth process going on. Of understanding, you know, the alchemical process of transmutation and sort of the shamanistic spiritual rebirth process. And like you've always heard about it, you always knew about it, but finally you're experiencing it. The knowledge is really running through you. And then we had Gumi come out, which is a dragon type. So this does indicate some twin flame energy for me. So, you know, balancing divine feminine, divine masculine. And it's using Stampede, which is a fairy type. So it does feel like, you know, there is a stampede of information. It does kind of feel a little bit overwhelming a little bit, and that it's influencing many of your soulmate relationships, that it's really revolutionizing how you interact with others. And then Porygon using data check is telling me that, you know, in communication, you are trying to data check a lot, that you might have to go back and really check the data on the situation. Like maybe someone's telling you information, you're like, no, that's not right. And I know that's not right because I'm actually experiencing it right now. So definitely a lot going on And it is important, you know, to always data check, especially, you know, in the time, in the age of Aquarius that we are now in. You know, like I said, Venus is shifting into Aquarius tomorrow. That makes 4 planets plus the sun in Aquarius. So yeah, lots of Aquarian energy going on. But Capricorn, you know, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So what we are going to do this month is take a look into what emotions are pouring out of your jug, right? Because Aquarius, we're in Aquarius season, is the water bearer, waters being emotion, right? What is overflowing? What is pouring out of your jug? And then we are going to take a look into what is the problem or the blockage with that emotion, with those emotions. And then in the extended, we will take a look into how to best analyze the situation, right? Because Aquarius is all about that emotional analysis. And then we will look into how to apply this analysis to your life, and then also how can it help humanity, because Aquarian is all about thinking, you know, about what is best for the collective, using our own experiences and applying it on a bigger scale. And then we will also look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. And I will say, although, you know, data checking is very, very important, it looks like because you're being stampeded with a lot of different relationships going on, that truly the data checker that you need to, you know, consider the most is your own knowledge that is running through your own spiritual and emotional body, right? That's not something that you can Google, okay? And things on the internet, right, are also, you know, from someone else. So to truly trust your inner source and your connection to source itself. All right, let's see. What emotion is pouring out of Capricorn's jug? What is the emotion? I'm hearing that, like, you don't want to have any of these emotions pouring out. Coming out. Coming out is Malkuth, which is ground, the kingdom. And then Phanuel, the angel of truth, coming out stuck. Yeah, so for you, it's like you don't necessarily want to have these emotions pouring out of your jug. That's really not your forte. And it's because you are so grounded, right? You are so practical and really earthy and understand, you know, the earthly realm better than most. And again, it is because, you know, you are the kingdom, right? You represent our social structures and things like that, things that just function and just are, right? You work in the material world and understand it very well. And with the angel of truth coming out stuck, it's like you don't want to deal with emotions. You just want the truth. Plain and simple. So it does look like there's a little bit of pushing back on the emotions, not wanting any of your emotions to be pouring out of your jug of analysis. Instead, it's like, I just want the truth. I want something that's grounded. I want my kingdom, right? So you want to have like good finances, good housing, and you're just really truly concerned with what is tangible to you, it feels like. But we saw with the Queen of Pentacles coming out in reverse and the Death card, there could be a changing. You could be changing where you're living or something like that. But the thing is, your divine feminine energy is not grounded the way that it needs to be, right? Let's see more. What is the emotion? Even though I know it's not, we have the Knave of Wands. So this is telling me there's underdeveloped divine feminine and divine masculine energy when it comes to love, lust, passion, intensity, and also Kundalini energy, creative potential to create. And the Knave of Wands for me is when you are afraid of your own magic in this deck. So the thing is, you could be understanding how you are the creator of your own world, right? And how you create your own kingdom through your thoughts, through your, you know, own manifestations. And really you're just concerned with what's the truth, right? But it looks like you might be starting to understand that the truth is whatever you truly believe, okay? And that, you know, it's kind of like the wave particle duality, right? Like everything acts as a wave. Photons, light, right? All of existence, light projected, acts as a wave until it's observed, and then it becomes matter, right? So it literally is, you know, our perception of something that is creating our reality. If you want to go into the truth of the matter, right, look into quantum physics. That can help you understand in more of an earthy way. But it looks like, you know, understanding that you are creating your own reality has put you into this kind of like, oh, SHIT kind of mode. Like, all right, well, you know, I'm kind of afraid of what I have the ability to do because my own truth manifests. So there may have been something that you were trying to manifest, or something that you were trying to have end with that death card, or change that, you know, actually applied, and you saw it work right before your eyes. And now you're like, uh-oh, okay, well, if my magic can do that, well, what else is my magic doing? How else is my magic creating my reality? What's the light energy here? We have the duo using simultaneous peck. So this could be communication that happens simultaneously between you and another person, kind of thinking of the same thing. Because I take this again as twin flame, like two heads, you know, coming in. But this is definitely, it could be either twin flame or like two people coming towards you with some sort of information. As you can see, there's like mail and stuff, you know, flying out. So this is communication that came in very, very quickly, or just messages that came in very quickly. If it's not with your twin flame, then it happened twice. It says the brains on its two heads appear to communicate emotion to each other with a telepathic power. Okay, yeah, so you are experiencing telepathy and how that is real. And you have understood, especially with Mercury and Aquarius, right? Mercury, the planet of communication, being in, you know, the weirdo Aquarius. It looks like you are understanding the power of telepathy. You understand, like, okay, you know, I've heard that, you know, third eyes and blah, 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 blah. But now you have undeniable proof in your own kingdom, in your own house, in your own experiences that it is true. And what else does that mean, right? How do you extrapolate that data? And what does that mean for your entire life? We have Rhyhorn using horn drill. So this is fighting type energy, and horn drill, I do take as like you want to dig deeper into it. Again, I don't really feel a lot of emotionality here. It's more like, all right, what does this mean? How can I apply it? Okay. And really it's just like you're trying to fight this, like, because it feels like you've built your kingdom on the preconceived notion that, oh, that's all BS, right? That's not real. But now that it's applying to you and you've seen how it can benefit you and help you with your manifestations, and also help you know what someone else is thinking, it is a little bit scary. But you want to go deeper. You want to fight that urge to be like, oh no, that's not true. And you want to dig deeper and go really full force. This is Taurus energy of just sort of like, you know, stampeding again once, like I'm just going. It says strong, but not too bright. This Pokemon can shatter even a skyscraper with charging tackles. So the thing is, you understand, you know, how strong that this connection is, but maybe the way it's being utilized isn't the best way. It talks about not being too bright, which makes me say it's less on the light end and more on the shadow end. So, you know, utilizing this, again, if it's underdeveloped and you're not exactly sure what you're doing, but you know that it's true and you know that you can, that can be a little bit of a scary situation. And it looks like the way that it may have happened, it talks about running into a skyscraper, right? And that's a tower moment when a skyscraper falls. So it does look like, you know, either you're afraid it's going to cause a tower moment or it already has. So let's see, what's the problem or the blockage here? Because honestly, even though you're like just learning about how to use your magic and stuff, it doesn't seem like too bad of a situation. You're learning telepathy. Yeah, you might not, you know, have full bearings on it, but let's see. We have Zachriel, the angel of memory. So it looks like the blockage and the problem with the situation is that you're stuck in your head. You're stuck in the things of the past. Yeah, definitely need some water, Capricorn. Make sure this is a little dry, I will say. A lot of earth energy. So I do feel, again, kind of pushing the emotions away. Just make sure that you're embracing them. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. But anyway, so we have the angel of memory. It feels like you're putting things together in the past. Like maybe you have rejected, you know, telepathy or anything in the unseen realm, right? Until you experienced it for yourself, which is understandable. Like, you know, doing what I do, and, you know, and I was in science fields my entire life, right? I worked in molecular biology, genetics, neuroscience, material science, and, you know, working with people who are so scientific, when I start talking to them about esoteric knowledge and unseen realms, you know, they look at me like I'm crazy, you know, until they experience it for themselves. Like when I was explaining astrologically what would happen in 2020 and 2018, my coworkers, they thought I was crazy. You know, come 2020, they're asking me what's next, right? And that's how it is. And I've always had peace, because there is, you know, an inherent understanding of, you know, until someone experiences for themselves, they shouldn't believe it, right? You really shouldn't. Why would you believe someone else, right? Anyway, it looks like now that you have finally been able to, you know, truly understand and experience this for yourself, now you're going back through your memories and putting things together. So there may have been things in the past where you brush it off like, oh, that's not magic, that's not psychic, that's not this, but let's see what's behind it. Ooh, Sandephalon, the angel of new life. So this is my twin flame. Like, it could be a twin situation, but you're trying to go through your memories and see where there was some sort of possibility of a new beginning with something. So it could be maybe something that has happened in the past, because we did have that death card, right? And we have tower moment energy coming here. So it looks like, you know, amidst the death aspect, you're trying to figure out how there can be a new life, how something can bloom with everything that has happened in the past. Let's get some more information on this. It really just feels like, you know, you're trying to move forward in this new life, but there are so many things from the past that are just sort of like, it's like a bunch of strings just kind of pulling you back. It's like you're ready to fly as a kite, but there's just so many strings trying to like pull you to the ground is what I'm feeling. What's the blockage? What's the blockage here? We have the Two of Swords. So there is some sort of conversation that should be happening between two people, but really it is happening in your mind. So there can be someone that you no longer have access to, or someone that you don't talk to anymore, or doesn't talk to you, because this is very much, you know, having to finish that conversation for yourself. And it seems like really, you know, you are just, you know, trying to ground yourself and really go into your memory banks. I'm getting that there's one more that wants to come out here. Tell us more about this Two of Swords. Woo! Yeah, going right to the Rhyhorn, the tower. Exactly. So there have been tower moments in the past, and you are really, you know, sitting with yourself and going into your memories and, you know, figuring out this tower moment and how it's like, it feels like you can't string the tower moments in the past, and how that is going to bring, you know, new life into a situation, bringing new beginning. Because the Two of Swords traditionally can mean confusion, right? Lack of information. And so, you know, there's a lot that is still a little bit confusing to you that you have to put together, you know, yourself, from kind of not having information coming from elsewhere. I will say that in this deck specifically, the tower moment indicates like someone spilling the tea. So this could have been like, you could have found out a lot of information. It's like going back in time and hearing everything in your mind of what someone said to you, or this information. It's like, it's just causing tower moment after tower moment, to be honest. It feels like you're going full force without fear, though. Like you're really doing this shadow work and like, all right, I'm going to go deeper into this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Very fearless. It's beautiful, Capricorn. I'm so proud of you for this. Let's see what's the light energy. The thing is, it's hard to see what the blockage is, because it really feels like, you know, this is good for you. We have Armaldo using rushing water and guard claw. So the blockage is that you have so much water. There's so much rushing water, right? So much emotion going on, but you're fighting against it. That's the blockage. And again, I did feel like this was a little bit dry, for, you know, emotions that are overflowing. So it looks like, you know, you're really trying to fight against your own emotions that you feel about the tower moments and the things in the memory. And with guard claw, this is how you protect yourself, right? It's like you're protecting yourself, you're guarding yourself off. You know, guard claw is very scorpionic and Cancerian. So it's possible that you have like Cancer or Scorpio placements, or dealing with someone like that, maybe revolving around this new life or the memories of the past. It says, protected by a hard shell, its body is very sturdy. It skewers prey with its claws to feed. So again, there is this aspect of really protecting yourself, you know, from this. And the thing is like, you may want, you know, new life, a new beginning, and you're going through your memory, but to protect yourself, you're just having this conversation by yourself. You don't want the other person involved, it seems. It's like, you know, you may want to talk to someone, but you're afraid it's going to cause another tower moment. So you're really just content with doing this all on your own, kind of pushing the emotions away and having this conversation with yourself. Let's see, what's the shadow here? I'm hearing that, like, there could be someone that, you know, you're afraid that it's going to turn into a fight and that they will try to skewer you and kind of eat your energy. They might treat you as a prey, perhaps. Oof, yeah, we have a lot of energy coming out for you, Capricorn. Let me drink some water. We'll go into it. I have a Capricorn Venus, so there's always a special place in my heart for a Capricorn. We have unknown using farewell letter. So it seems like, you know, there is this angel of new life coming out. So, you know, you want some sort of new life, new beginning after this spiritual death per se. But it's unknown if whoever you are dealing with, if this is farewell forever. Okay. And then behind it, we have Vespa Queen using Be Revenge. So it looks like you're unsure if this is farewell forever. And you are, again, like feeling like someone might want revenge here. Okay. And, you know, Vespa Queen, it definitely does give me, you know, that Queen of Pentacles in reverse kind of vibes. Like, you know, is it done forever? Do they want revenge on me for what has happened? It says, shaped like ancient writing, it's a huge mystery whether language or unknown came first. Which, you know, Cancer just got this right before you, and another sign did as well. I don't know if it was Gemini, Scorpio, Leo, or Aries, but one of them did. And so that very much gives me the vibes of like, what came first, unknown or language? What came first, the chicken or the egg, divine feminine or divine masculine, right? And it's neither, like, it's always been there, right? And that's how it is being divine masculine, divine feminine energies. They're just equal opposite energies that have always existed in order to cause creation. It's incomprehensible to the human mind, right? Again, we can go back to quantum physics and try to figure something out, right? But yeah, it's like this part of the blockage is fighting your emotions because you don't know if there is this farewell letter, if it is goodbye forever. Okay. And then we do, of course, have this divine feminine energy coming out that might want to seek revenge here because of the heart. It says, its abdomen is a honeycomb for grubs. It raises its grubs on honey collected by comb bee. So this definitely talks about, you know, kind of a symbiotic relationship of, you know, what the workers do and the honey that they create, and, you know, the queen kind of eating what the workers are doing. And again, it kind of feels like this, like being afraid that they might want revenge and like take something from you, right? Like might skewer you for prey, might try to drain your energy or whatever it may be. Because Milk Tank coming out using Hammer In, whenever Hammer In comes out, it's like hammer in the last message. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And then Tranquil using Fly. Yeah. So it's like you're afraid, you know, is it goodbye forever? You know, is there going to be some sort of revenge? You know, kind of afraid of that. Or should I just be tranquil and fly away? Okay. And it's like the tranquility comes from kind of flying away and getting away from the situation. It's like, do I just fly? Do I say goodbye? Do I get revenge? you know, with everything. And the thing is, you're just in your memory and in your own mind in this whole thing, and really trying to fight all of these emotions, all the rushing water that's going on. Okay. It says, if it's around babies, the milk it produces contains much more nutrition than usual. So this could involve, you know, new life, perhaps wanting to have a child, or children are involved, or someone that you want to have a child with. But more so, this is talking about, you know, epigenetic components of, you know, being around certain people, right? Like certain people will, you know, stress you out and your cortisol levels increase. How do they increase? Well, your genes start, you know, encoding to produce more cortisol. You're around other people and your oxytocin, you know, love and comfort hormone comes out. Why? Well, because your genes start expressing that, right? Everything in our environment is going to stimulate some sort of epigenetic, you know, factors to have our body respond, right? And our body is a byproduct of the environment that we put it in. And then also, right, our environment is a reflection of how we are perceiving as in wave particle duality, right? All of these really interesting, deep, esoteric information, Capricorn. I'm so glad that you're really getting into it. It's amazing. I can tell a lot's on your mind, but just because all that information's on your mind doesn't mean you can neglect your emotions. Okay, just saying, just saying. But we have tranquil using fly. So there is this aspect of like, okay, well, if I just fly away, then things will be tranquil, right? I'll have peace if I just get out of this conversation and fly away from my emotions, fly away from the situation or this person. It says, no matter where in the world it goes, it knows where its nest is, so it never gets separated from its trainer. Yeah, the thing is, it seems like no matter where you go, how far from the nest, again, so there can be this emphasis with that death card that we saw that you might be moving or traveling or getting away from a situation. No matter where you go, you know where home is. You know where home is. It's inside of you, right? And you never get separated from its trainer. So it does feel like no matter what you do, you feel connected to this person, okay? No matter what you do. So, intense energy there, Capricorn. Let's see what Archangel wants to take us into the extended. Like I said, in the extended, what we are going to take a look at is how to analyze this situation. And then how do we apply that analysis to help you in your life and, you know, apply it to humanity, you know, what's going on in the overarching themes of humanity, and then also some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's see what Archangel wants to take us into the extended for Capricorn. We have in reverse, leadership in reverse, coming out to the horn drill. So what I'm hearing is, yes, you are meant for leadership, but until you dig deep into these things more, you might want to take a back seat and look for someone who can help you understand more of this, okay? Because until you go through more for yourself, you might not, the thing is like, you know, he's rushing and, you know, going full force and is going to run into skyscrapers, right? Causing tower moments. And you don't want to lead other people into just constant tower moments. So it's time to kind of take a step back from a leadership position while you kind of go through your own shadow work here. So that you don't have to fight your emotions anymore. We have Archangel Gabriel. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So if you don't feel like you are able to lovingly guide others in this situation, it's time to, you know, take a step back until you can truly be in that leadership position and really, you know, go full force. I'm going to ask for one more. Tell us what, okay. Gentleness, Archangel Sandephalon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environment. Yes, exactly. Like, and Sandephalon coming out twice. Seriously, the angel of new life. When you are birthing something so fragile as a new life for yourself, which will include leadership, even though right now you need to pull back, right now is a time to be very gentle with yourself, be around people who are going to nurture you, because we see a lot of, you know, really moving forward quickly. The duo is rushing, you know, Rhyhorn is rushing. We have Armaldo, you know, skewing its prey. We have Vespa Queen wanting revenge. Like, that's a lot of, you know, really intense energy. Okay, and so it's time to bring in some gentle energy towards you. Surround yourself with people who will nurture you and who are gentle. And, you know, put yourself, you know, surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Just how we were talking about the epigenetic factor. Like, you need to go somewhere where it's tranquil, where things are peaceful, where epigenetically your environment is hospitable for you to find peace within, so that you can calm your waters and really navigate in them. Okay? All right, Capricorn, like I said, if you would like to follow me into the extended, we're going to take a deeper look. The link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.